Hi everyone, bonjour tout le monde. My name is Katrina and I'll be your moderator today. Je serai votre modératrice aujourd'hui. Thank you for joining us for today's media availability on O-Train Line 2 and 4 operations. Merci de vous joindre à nous pour ce point de presse aujourd'hui sur les opérations des lignes 2 et 4 de l'O-Train. Our media availability is available in French and English. If you would like your audio interpretation, click on the interpretation icon at the bottom of your menu and then select your preferred language. You can ask your questions in the language of your choice, and a reminder that the meeting is being recorded today. Ce point de presse est disponible en français ou en anglais. Si vous souhaitez bénéficier d'une interprétation audio, cliquez sur l'icône de globe interprétation dans le menu du bas, puis sélectionnez la langue de votre choix. Vous pouvez poser vos questions dans la langue de votre choix et cette réunion est enregistrée. Today, we will have opening remarks from René Amilcar, General Manager of Transit Services, and Troy Charter, Director of Transit Service Delivery and Rail Operations. Le point de presse aujourd'hui comprendra des remarques préliminaires de René Amilcar, Directrice Générale, Service de Transport en Commun, et Troy Charter, Directeur, Service de Transport en Commun et Opérations Ferroviaires. I'll pass things over to René. Je vais maintenant passer à René.
Merci beaucoup, Katrina.
Thank you, Catherine. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today for an update on our second day of O-Train Line 2 and Line 4 operations. Service continued as planned into yesterday's evening commute period. We launched service this morning at 6 a.m. with no delays to customers during the morning commute. We are pleased with how our service is going and are constantly monitoring the system and are ready to respond should there be an incident. I would like to thank all our customers for sharing their feedback throughout the day yesterday. OC Transpo and Transit Next are reviewing all aspects of operations to determine where adjustments may need to be made. Now, I will turn things over to Troy for an overview from yesterday. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Okay. Merci, René. As Madame Amilcar mentioned, once again, lines 2 and 4 began service on time at 6 a.m. this morning, providing rail service across the entirety of each line. Just a reminder, it's 7 trains operating on line 2 and 2 trains operating on line 4, the airport spurs. Service has been all day yesterday and continues today, has been running well with no significant issues experienced. We are encouraged with the first day. However, these are early days, and as Madame Amilcar has previously mentioned, while operations are going smoothly, we're also being very cautious. Both Transit Next and our Transit Operations Control Center are monitoring systems and performance closely, and are also being supported by our respective teams who are out on the line, and this includes the red vests, the customer service representatives who are out there supporting customers as well. At this time, some of the high-level observations on service performance and customer trends include ridership has remained what we consider light to moderate across the system throughout the day, with higher volumes observed at terminus stations and Carleton Station during the peak commute periods. We've also seen an increase in the number of customers that are taking advantage and using the park and ride lots at Leitrim, South Keys, and Greenboro stations. Passenger loads on the parallel bus service, routes B2, 97, and 99, have been light. And again, as Madame Amilcar has mentioned, we're continuing to work with Transit Next on adjustments to customer information display systems, as well as addressing any discrepancies that may arise. So we haven't seen any significant issues. We are aware of the passenger information displays, and there's been a few isolated occurrences that the team has been able to quickly resolve. Service will continue operating until midnight tonight, with a resumption of service again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. As always, we'll continue to monitor service closely, and we have staff throughout the system that are ready to help customers. I'll now hand things back over to Katrina.
Thank you, Troy. Merci, René. I'll ask each agency in alphabetical order to ask one question and one follow-up. Je vais maintenant inviter chaque organisme de presse par ordre alphabétique à poser une question et une suivi. We'll start with Emma Weller at CBC.
Hi there. You mentioned that you said you welcomed the feedback yesterday from transit users. What was some of that feedback that you got back?
Thank you for the question. I think the parking lot was one of them, and Troy, maybe you can share others if it's required.
No, Renee, generally the general feedback from our team is that the customers are happy. They're great to be, they're really excited to be on the system. You know, our staff have noticed that they've had customers come up and shake their hands and thank them for the service. So it's been really well received. We had a lot of people yesterday and even today wanting to get out on the system just to ride it, to see it and to experience it. But overall, things have been very, very positive, and you know, we continue to you know, continue there to support the service and our customers, and welcome any feedback, whether it be constructive or the positive feedback we've been receiving.
Are you able to expand on what you meant by just parking lots?
Sure. One of the suggestions that I received is, can we have more place at, I think it was at Leitrim, and we are working on expanding that. And again, I will invite Troy to comment it, because he knows better than me exactly what we have to do with this parking.
Well, that's great. Thank you, Renee. One of the parking lots we needed to work with our public works partners to clear some more snow to open up more of the spaces. So you know, it was a good issue to have, and that you know, the usage that in terms of the number of customers who wanted to use the service was higher than what was originally anticipated for the initial start date. So working with our teams, we've got the parking lot more cleared out. So there's ample space. So as of midday yesterday, there was ample space for customers wanting to use it, and we're making sure that there's ample parking available moving forward.
Great, thank you for the questions, Emma. We'll go to Ted Raymond at CTV.
Hi there, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. I guess my first question is for Madame Amilcar today. I'm curious about, you've heard this feedback, people seem to be fairly positive. How is this going to contribute to restoring the trust in OC Transpo and in our train lines that, you know, we've seen kind of erode over the years? What are the next steps you're taking in terms of like building back that customer trust?
Thank you for the question. I think we have been very transparent so far, and not only with the Trillium line. I think the way that we're doing things, I hope that you have seen a lot of new ways to do things, and we share a lot of info. We are an open book, frankly, and we want to do that because we want our customers to be engaged with us. We want them to understand what we're doing. And when we don't know what to do, we want to let them know that we don't know, but we'll come back. It's normal, you know? So we want to be very frank. And the reliability for sure will bring people back. But I think it was a little bit more than only the reliability. It's how are you going to do things? The way that we shared info during the trial running, I think it was unique. Frankly, you know, that I worked in Montreal, and it was the first time that I had to share info like that. But I felt that we must too, because of the past experience. And I think so far, hopefully, people will see, and they have started to see, that we want to do things differently to make sure that trust will come back. And for sure, I'm certain that it's only by delivering a good service that will happen. Again, that will not arrive overnight. That will take time, but we have a plan. We share the plan. We have KPIs. We have set excellent target. We could have set, you know, medium target, but there is nothing less for OC Transpo. We need the best. So we have the plan, we measure, we share, we compare, etc.
Okay, thank you for that. And I know we're still months away from the new ways to bus, but I know that there was a plan originally to kind of tie it in with the launch of the line, and you're waiting till the spring. But how is that going to work with line 2 and line 1, and how is that going to transform the bus system and maybe bring back some of that reliability to the bus system as well?
Thank you again for the question. So New Ways to Bus we have revamped, I would say, the network. We have reviewed everything based on the ridership, based on the Trilum line, lines 2 and 4, I should say, and based on potentially the east that we could have this year as well. So everything now will be integrated, and this is why I really grateful that we have the chance to have a soft launch, so people will just learn how to deal with lines 2 and 4, and then we will have sufficient time to communicate New Ways to Bus to the customers. And in April, which will be the spring, it will be the time to implement those changes. We'll have people to help customers, and you will see an integrated system that should be more efficient and more convenient as well. And we hope that will help us on the reliability and the punctuality as well. That said, the traffic is there too. I want to be cautious again, because it's important, that the traffic increased a lot last fall, and we'll continue to monitor that, because every thing that we have done so far was based on the year before, the traffic that we had the fall before. So we know that it's different now. So we will need to continue to monitor that, and probably we'll need to bring some changes, but at least we have a good base to start with.
Thanks for the questions, Ted. La prochaine, c'est Charles-Antoine Gagnon, Le Droit.
Charles-Antoine du Devoir. Hello. Two quick questions. Trains on line 2 can accommodate how many passengers? 600, is that it? I have the information here. I can give you the specific figures. On line 4, 2,621 an hour. I don't have the info here, but here it is. On line 4, 262 seated. On line 2, 524 sitting and standing. So in total, for line 4, 262, and for line 2, 524. I'll have another question, but you talked about popular stations, Carlton, for example, but at the ends of the line, is it Bayview and Limebank, or just Bayview? Just Bayview, Troy, right? Yes, just Bayview. All right. Don't you fear that you might be a victim of your own success at one point? You might see an increase in ridership. There's Blues Fest in the summer. That'll increase ridership on line 2. Do you think that there's a sufficient capacity? You've also said that at Leitrim there's a need for more parking spots because people are using the train. Don't you think at one point you're going to be a victim of your own success? And don't you think it might become a problem? Because as you know, the headway is 12 minutes. It will be my dream to have to deal with that issue. But for parking, my colleague Troy just explained that we've cleared the snow from one section, and we've cleared it from the rest now, so we have much more capacity. If my memory serves, Bowesville, for example, there are 1,800 spots available. There's still a lot of capacity available.
Okay, merci.
Thank you.
Next is Sarah McFarlane at iPolitics.
Hi there. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So this question is for whomever is comfortable answering. In the past, winter weather like we're having right now in Ottawa has been really detrimental to the LRT Confederation line. I'm wondering what assurances OC Transpo is making to passengers that this isn't going to be the case for the Trillium line, especially with the weather we're having currently.
So you want to go?
Sure. Yeah, I can answer the question. Winter does pose some additional challenges on all types of vehicles, whether it be buses or trains. And, we've got very robust plans in place to ensure that we can provide the best service possible when faced with adverse conditions. A lot of activities have been taken on the Confederation line to improve its resiliency in dealing with those types of weather events, whether it be freezing rain or heavy snowfall. And there's been many occurrences in which we've been able to demonstrate that the system is capable of that, and those improvements are yielding positive results. We've applied those lessons learned where applicable on lines 2 and 4. This includes things like gas-powered switch heaters, our operating plans of doing sweep trains overnight when heavy snowfall's achieved. But overall, it's applying the lessons learned from line 1. But as well, we also need to keep in mind that we've been running the portions of the Trillium line, lines 2 and 4, for many, many years, and we have a lot of experience running those lines. So, the Alstom trains are proven trains that we've been running since 2015. The Stadler trains, while they're new for us, they have been used all over the world, and we had our maintainer meet up with properties in Finland and Sweden who are used to heavy snowfall and cold weather to see how they maintain those vehicles. So we really reached out to people who have used those Stadler trains. We've got experience with the Alstoms, applying our lessons learned from line 1, but as well as applying all the lessons that we learned for the 15 plus years or 20 plus years now that we've been running lines 2 and 4.
Great, thank you. And then I also just wanted to check if if we continue at this rate of progress and sort of standard of operation that we've had for the last couple of days, are we on track for the phased opening approach as planned?
Thank you for the question. It's still a little bit too early to conclude anything regarding that. We will continue to monitor the system. We are very happy with what we see, but we know that we'll have some issues, so we will need to deal with them, and we will continue to monitor, and we'll keep you posted for sure. But we are happy with those 2 days.
Great, thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone. This concludes our media availability today. Ceci conclut le point de presse aujourd'hui. Thank you.